Welcome back, adventurers, to the daily grind where gamers find grace. I gotta itch my eye, and I'll tell you why in just a second. This is your checkpoint station, your spiritual charging slot. Rest, reflect, and respawn. It's time to respawn into another night of faith, fellowship, and pixels. And I'm fired up because tonight we've got music, hopefully. We've got prayer, definitely. And maybe even some boss fights along the way. Guys, I told you I was itching my eye for a reason. Has anybody out there ever I had my first one this morning, and you'd think like I'm getting like a bonus check from the IRS with how happy I am, but it's only because I can see out of my left eye. I had my first ocular migraine. I felt like I was in some sort of discotheque for about 30 minutes this morning after eating a burrito. And I was like, did I actually eat a hippie mushroom? I'm telling you, I got a little panicked before some coworkers came along and helped me help me through that one. So I am all patched up and will be doing patch notes, and I'll be well, I won't skip that one, or I'll skip that one. Okay. So for patch notes for the night tonight, we're going to go through that. We're going to go through checkpoint reflection and narrow in on our Pogger Saint of the day. If you've not heard of this one, well, you need to do some reading. It's Padre Pio. He is my confirmation saint. Really can't wait for that. And then we're going to get into co-op mode. It's just a night of Shaun's. Shaunovision, I saw you in the chat. It's Shaun-tastic. We got Shaun Beeson and Shaun McAfee tearing it up. We're going to be talking about him. We're going to hear from him on what it's like to be a composer. And guys, I'm going to let you just guess right now in the chat how many keyboards you think this guy has behind him. I was admiring this setup in the pre-show, and I'm like, whoa. And then he stands up and the camera follows him, and there's like some on the ceiling or something. Put it in the chat how many you think you're going to find. Is it going to be like 5 keyboards? Is it going to be 20? I'm telling you, you're probably wrong. So you guys also offer so much in digital evangelization. Shaun is no different, and he'll tell us about what he does. Then, as usual, we'll come face to face in a boss battle. Shaun, good luck keeping your batteries on. We'll see how good he does. And then Poll Party this week is going to be inspired by our guest. We're going to have the iconic 90s console battle between SNES and Genesis. We're going to see who wins there based on your votes. And before we get there, please tag your friend. Tag them right now. Go say, hey, what are you doing? We're live here on the Daily Grind where gamers find grace. Why aren't they here? We're really going to enjoy hearing from a unique guest tonight. So tell all your friends to get in here. Invite them to come and relax and have some fun. So now, you know what the deal is. Grab your potions, sharpen your swords, and most importantly, open your heart to the Holy Spirit. We're leveling up together in the XP we're going to get tonight as more grace. So let's go. All right. We got some people wagering in the chat. Shaunovision says 3 keyboards. K-Max says 10, because I said 10. Or I said 20? How many did I say? Miss Magician says 15. We're going to get the answer from Shaun tonight. Okay, so last week we talked about the console's power button and the reset button on spiritual patch notes, and with prayer as the ultimate save state. And I asked you to think of the power button as a baptism. After the console is turned on, we're in the game, and that's when life in Christ is starting. We're made into new beings. We're reborn, and we're ready to live life with God according to his plan. Of course, things don't always go right, and so we have to get a fresh start, and that's the reset button on those old consoles. And in the spiritual life as Catholics, I think that it's pretty good to call that confession. It's an incredibly merciful gift that we should not cast aside. We should go as often as possible, even for venial sins. Because when you're in that game, you want to go back to that save state. So what is that save state, though? That is prayer. We're given this as an upgrade, of course, according to our baptism, to live with God, to know God, and to love others and share his love, right? But tonight, let's talk about a couple other patch notes. How about rage quitting, cheating, and hacking? Well, those are things we don't want to do, right? Now, I'll admit, I like, especially when I'm playing Mega Man or something, to skip straight to the end. What do we got? Fruit, thank you so much for your support. Look at Carlo. Look at Carlo throwing something at us. I appreciate that. Thank you for the subscription. So we've all rage quit before, right? We've slammed the controller down, we've shut down the console, but spiritually, that's when we let anger, despair, or impatience pull us out of the game the gods called us to play. The enemy tells us to put the controller down, right? To uninstall and never come back because we cannot live up to the standard. So that's cheating. Cheating is also cutting corners, pretending to live holy when we're not actually grounded in prayer. It's the game designed by God for us and as a people and not as individuals. I don't know if that made sense when I read that. We don't need cheat codes in real life, and nothing can replace God, though we may have seasons when we deify our own life, right? We find things to worship. So maybe our careers, even our passions, even those things that God gave us, we might misuse them. Even our talents can cheat God out of the picture when we abuse them and don't put Him first. So don't cheat, okay? Maybe in real life you can use those cheat codes, but maybe in the real games, you can use those cheat codes, but not IRL, right? Not in the spiritual life. Hacking, that's when we're asked to rewrite the code of God's design for our lives instead of trusting Him and using His patch notes, right? The only thing that solves each of these three errors, which we bring up every day, and that's when the title of the show is grace. God is faithful, and He always will provide a way to get to those end credits. You see what I did there? I'm a dad. I can't stop the dad jokes or the analogies. But believe it, my friends, God is here to get us there, which is the beatific vision, heaven. And those are your spiritual patch notes. Let's go to checkpoint reflection. And I'll use this minute to itch my nose while nobody can see. But maybe they heard me. Tonight's checkpoint reflection is on Saint Padre Pio, the real Pogger saint, if there ever was one. Like I said, my confirmation saint. And I don't know if you guys know this. Maybe you watch my journey home or anything like that, but I definitely had an intellectual conversion. I did not choose an intellectual saint. Maybe not. I do think that spirituality definitely is the ultra mode of intellectualism because better you know God, better you know how to, in a way, kind of resource the Holy Spirit for yourself and for others. That's the real Pogger mode. So now, if you've probably heard about St. Padre Pio, you probably knew that he had the stigmata. That's where you bear the wounds of Christ in at least one place on your body, but he held the full stigmata. He was also known to bilocate. That's where you can be in two places at once, and it's a miraculous event where God uses you maybe for a healing or to interject wisdom or to confirm the holiness of a place. Different things have happened through the history of the saints. But here's a story that shows his true gamer level patience and power. Once, a young soldier in southern Italy came to Padre Pio in confession. The man was nervous. He was thinking the saint wouldn't take him seriously, but before he even opened his mouth, Padre Pio gently said, "You left something out, my son," even before he opened his mouth. Then he named the sin. Padre Pio named the sin that the soldier had forgotten from years before. Imagine that. It's like your save file being auto-corrected by God's own patch notes. The soldier broke down, confessed everything, and walked away lighter than he had ever felt before. That's what made Padre Pio legendary, not just the miracles, but his way of helping people with grace respawn and come back into the fold of God's love through mercy. And here's the good game for us. Here's the GG. His motto is pray, hope, and don't worry. If Padre Pio were in chat right now, that would be his emote to spam every single time. And I think a few of you, at least if you follow, I don't have a GG emote, but feel free to spam that favorite one. I think you guys know who it comes from. P. Tony. Spam that GG emote if you love Padre Pio. So let's take him to heart. Let's ask for his intercession. What did we just get? Retrocalypse. 2 months. Dude, this guy is a legend. He's a Pogger too. Retrocalypse. Still waiting for that stuff in the mail, buddy. And I'm going to send you some things here real soon. I hope you got my package recently. Guys, keep grinding in holiness. Padre Pio. Saint of the day, pray for us. Let's go to segment 4, co-op mode, and meet our boy, Shaun Beeson. Take yourself off of mute. Give it a second to get through the music. Welcome to Co-op Mode. Every week we bring a guest on so you don't have to listen to me talking so much. And that music in between was a chip tune. If you didn't recognize it's Blink-182. I'm going to humbly ask this man if maybe towards the end of the show he would consider pro bono just doing all the music for the show so that maybe it can sound better. Oh, and I just realized his picture frame is out of place for a reason. Hold on. Let me make him really big. There we go. That's better. Now you can see all of Mr. Beeson. Mr. Beeson is a composer, a sound designer, and a producer for media who lives in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. He wanted to make sure I say that. In addition to being an audio nerd, he's a cradle Catholic. Wow, that means he has had faithful Catholicism his whole life. And he's in love with our faith. Shaun, welcome to the grind. What did I miss in your introduction?
I think you got mostly everything.
Okay.
I'm a father of 7 children. I've been married 18 years.
Okay, I thought you were going to say 18 times, but 18 times once a year.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, I think you pretty much got all the most basic things.
When's your anniversary?
June 15th.
Okay. So you got me by 1 year, but we do have the same head count on kids. What is the age range of your kids, Shaun?
The oldest is 16 all the way down to 2 years old.
Yeah, so we are basically living the same life. Oh, like what's your reaction to having 7 kids?
Oh, it's great. It's not without its stresses and it's not without challenges, but the joy that you get from your children and as a family, especially when they love each other is wonderful. There's nothing else like it.
Do your kids get along?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we all know what you're talking about. So, why is my camera like way over here? So 7 kids. How many boys, how many girls?
4 boys and 3 girls.
Dang, that's a great split.
Yeah, it goes boy, girl, boy, 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 girl, girl.
Dang. Okay, I love those little girls, man. The fact that my very last one so far, right? I mean, honestly, I'll say it in front of everybody. Like 7 is a great number for us. 6 was a great number too. 5 was a great number. The blessings keep coming, but that last one being another girl, we have 2 girls now. The last one being a girl was such a gift of mercy because we really wanted our other girl to have a sister. You know what that's like. You're happy with whatever you get, but at the same time, you kind of are like, you are hoping for, them to have some playmates. So that's cool. Okay, so names of the kids?
Titus, Eve,
hey,
Felix, Leo, Solanus, after Blessed Solanus Casey, Bibiana, bonus points if anybody can name what Bibiana, the Saint Bibiana is the patron saint of, and then Lorenza.
Dang, I'm not going to get Bibiana. I mean, I know Bibbiano is a pretty famous town in Italy. I'm not going to get that one, man. Okay, so music. Talk to us about what you do professionally.
Yeah, so I'm a composer and a sound designer, and also just a producer of anything that's audio. I got started in it a very long time ago when I was not even a teenager. I started writing music. So this would have been like back in probably 1995. And at the same time, I was really into Sega Genesis and Nintendo. And I really just got into game music and got into composing at the same time. And it kind of all came to a head when technology was really reaching its peak at the time. Around like 1997 when you could start to do music on a computer. And that's kind of when I got my start, and I've been at it ever since.
So you're a 1986 baby though, right?
85.
85? Okay. All right, so what kind of music have you been composing for the last several years? Because I went on Spotify the minute I met you a couple months ago, and I was like, okay, I got to see this, and I was so excited. And the very first album I think I saw on there was Piano. Is that correct?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
which is really good. You're a great pianist, but how did you get into doing like video game stuff? How did that work in?
Yeah, yeah. So I write all kinds of music. I mean, as a modern composer and a producer, especially for video games, you really have to kind of dabble in a little bit of everything. So, for example, in the last week, I've written music that's Gregorian chant. I've written like jazz funk music. I've written music for a game that is based in Egypt. So I'm in every direction.
Is that the one with the skull?
No, that is a different game, but that game had lots of period-based music in it. The game Millennia. Uh,
Millennia. Yeah, okay. Dang, dude. You're gonna have to talk us through all of this because I am just like, I am bottlenecking with things that I want to know about you. So, but first of all, let's get the question answered. I wonder if I've got the key here to the keyboard question. Do you get a new keyboard every anniversary?
that sounds
Do you
about
have
right.
18 keyboards?
If you count even the tiny ones, I have quite a few that are just little tiny one-trick pony kinds
Okay.
of keyboards. There's probably 30.
Dang, man. That's tens of thousands of dollars in equipment behind you. And you've got like drum machines, I'm sure,
Yeah.
to run everything through. Man,
Oh
dude,
yeah.
I would just have so much fun just doodling around in there. That's cool. I'm more of a guitar guy myself. Okay, but back to the video games. You've also done like holy chip tunes and whatnot. You've partnered with some others. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of secular work, scoring a lot of video games, advertisements, film trailers, and my wife, this was like 2012. She's like, "You should really do some Catholic music." I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even know what you mean." Like I said, "Do you for EWTN? Like, you want me to do music for EWTN?" And she said, "No. There's companies like Word on Fire." And at that point, I was like, "Who?"
Ooh.
I didn't know who they were. And she said there's companies like Spirit Juice.
Okay.
And so I looked them up, and she said email them. And I did, and they said, "Hey, let's work together." And, that was kind of the start of getting into doing Catholic music. And it's just with the latest album of the Catholic chiptunes that I co-composed with Teresa Ambat that I was able to combine my love of Catholic hymns and Catholic traditional music with video game music. It's kind of this fun marriage between the two.
Okay. An 18-year marriage. When did you start playing music?
I started playing piano when I was about 11 years old. And prior to that, I messed around with some synthesizers that I would have, and
Okay.
I was a drummer as a kid.
Ah, okay, okay. Like a marching band or symphonic
Well,
band.
yeah, I mean, I was hoping people would just think that I'm like playing a drum kit, but no, it was just a snare drum. It was pretty lame.
Okay. Do you mind if I just pop on for the audience like a sample? This comes from Catholic Chiptunes, Volume One, and this is what he just had referenced. Um, the Saint Sprites lady, Teresa Ambat. So this is Holy God, we praise thy name. I'm gonna play it for you, and then the next one, I'm doing this impromptu. The next one I'm gonna play after this. I'm gonna see who can guess it first in the chat. So let's just hear this. If you don't like this, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't know if you can hear it, Shaun. I'm like jamming out over here. You got so much going on in the back there. All right, let me pause that. Guys, that's, of course, Holy God, we praise thy name.
And that
Somebody,
was
go
that was
ahead.
written by my co-composer with the album. That was written by or arranged by Teresa.
Okay,
And
but
I
you
think
played
that's
it? Oh,
no.
no, that was her. That was her. That was her.
Yeah. But I
Okay,
think that's probably my favorite track on the album.
there's a lot of really good ones here. Guys, get in the chat, get your fingers ready. The first one to tell me what this is, and this is a Shaun Beeson. Tell me what the title of this one is. If they don't have it by now, I'm not sure that they're going to get it. Yeah, Shaun got it. Kmart got it. Retro got it. K-Max got it. There are some good ones in here, guys. There is Be Thou My Vision. There's Take Up Thy Cross. There's Salve Regina. There are, I mean, I would love to say you name, okay, yeah, you name it. Look at Amazing Grace, God for All Praising, Faith of Our Fathers. These are some really sacred hymns. How did you go through how you chose these?
Well, really, we had to pick ones that were public domain.
Yeah.
Is kind of the first step. Is we have
Okay.
to pick songs that we won't get sued if we cover them.
Yeah.
And then we had a list of probably like 30 hymns, and we just said, you pick one, I pick one, you pick one, I pick one.
Okay.
And that's how we ended up there.
Now, so walk me through the IP on that, because most traditional hymns that everybody should kind of have a good idea for, most of those are public domain.
Yeah.
Just nearly everything we find in like the praise books, whatever version is sitting in a pew.
Yeah, a lot of it is. A lot of the stuff that you look to see who the composer is, and it maybe doesn't always have a composer's name. It just says traditional, or it'll have some other kind of a name that's just the name of the tune.
Right.
But there are a handful of different songs that I think people would think are public domain that maybe aren't, because
Okay.
maybe the rights are owned by their estate or something like that.
Okay, that's interesting. I've got a different type of question for you. So I'm a writer. It's kind of like a side gig, but it's something I'm very serious about. I'd say it's something I've gotten really good at. I don't get paid million bucks. There's no money in writing. So I couldn't make a full-time job of it unless I like went around touring and giving talks. But look at that! 5 gifted subs. Thank you, man. We're gonna pump those in some way to Boss Battle to see if we can help our buddy here or not. Thank you for those 5 gifted subs. So I'm a writer, but I'll tell you this is that I read different material than I write, if that makes sense. And maybe you feel the same way as a composer. Maybe you listen to different music and love different music than you're able to compose. Would you say that that's true for you? And if so, like, what's that music genre that you really love that you're not necessarily dabbling in with some of your professional work?
Yeah. So I do really like to listen to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Some of the classic rock stuff.
I heard you putting Van Halen there in the chat.
Yeah.
That's my favorite band of all time.
Yes. Yeah. And I also like to listen to American minimalist music.
Okay.
It's like Philip Glass.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite composers, and there's just not really a demand to write that kind of music. Yeah.
Okay. Any other kind of music you're just like a super fanboy of, like classical? You're really good fan of the classics? Classical composers, like the Baroque period. Who's your favorite Baroque composer?
Well, I'd say probably Vivaldi.
Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. That's Vivaldi, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I got it. Are you proud of me?
Yes. He was also known as the Red Priest because he had red hair and he was a priest. And he was a choir master at a school as well.
Yeah. Oh my. Well, so that is some cool facts finding there, but I got it. I did something knowledgeable in front of somebody who I want dearly to impress, and I want him to love me. So
that deserves some subs, I think.
All right, man. What else should we know? Because there's so many questions to ask. What kind of music have you not done that you want to get into?
I have not done a lot of songs.
Okay.
and I grew up writing songs. That's kind of how I got started into music, was writing songs.
Okay.
And I'd love to get back into it. And so I do have a fake band that's an 80s band called Plague of Lasers.
Plague of
And,
Lasers.
yes, yeah, and I've been working on an album on and off for about the last 18 months. And it's just a labor of love. And really, I've written a lot of the music, and I think it sounds great. But what's missing is it's just missing a singer. And, it's missing somebody that can write words and sing. So
You can have your Shaun. How's that?
Maybe I found him.
Yeah, my falsetto there. Okay, so I just put a link in the chat. It's to your Spotify album, Mega Dreamland. Now, I really like this one, and I'm just going to guess at kind of what the idea is here. Just bear with me. So this one to me is like a love letter to retro video game music. Like you've got the beat 'em ups in here. You maybe have some boss battles. I think you've also got some like racer game music in here. Maybe some creepy sound vibes like Metroid. Is that what kind of drew inspiration for this?
Yes, yeah, and it was all composed on something called the Mega Liven, or Mega Livin. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's like a little box that's really like the size of like a lunch pail, and it has a little keyboard on it. And so all of those songs were composed and tracked on this little box, which actually has a Sega Genesis sound chip. Plus, it's a little extra than that. It has some extra voices, but it was the same chip that's in a Sega Genesis. So all of those tracks are designed to emulate, a track from a game like Streets of Rage, Toe Jam and Earl, Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
Some racing games.
Yeah, those are
Castlevania.
We're going to give a sound check here to a couple of these in just a minute. I hope it's not awkward, but I just want to have people sample some of your music. Those were some really important words to my life, by the way. Voices and rage. My psychologist and the VA have definitely got some tabs on that for me. So I'm going to play this first one on the album. It's called Shadow Street Ninja. Let's listen to this. This is cool. And this is more of like the beat 'em up, I think. Like you said, Streets of Rage. I think that's the way it's going. So each of these songs is like quite long too. Like you can get some real mileage out of these albums. So right now it's just the bass line. We'll get into some of the flashy music here in just a sec. Talk us through it, Shaun.
Yeah. So, like I said, each of the different tracks emulate, a kind of music from a different game, and I really just picked out the games that I loved as a kid.
Okay.
And these were composed over the course of a year.
Okay.
And they really were just designed to be like tracks that you could just drop straight into the game.
Okay. I'm gonna play like Dark World. Maybe you can walk us through what's going on in this one.
Yeah.
This reminds me of like X-Men. You know that X-Men for Genesis where it's like da 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 da. You know the one?
Oh yeah.
Walk us. Yeah. What's going on here?
So that one, this was one where I was trying to capture the sound of Doom, but on the Genesis, and especially because the Genesis sound is known for being able to produce some harsher, kind of more aggressive tones,
right?
Than what an SNES or even a PC of the time would be able to do because of its frequency modulation capabilities.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the edgy, gritty, industrial style track.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that's a good way to say it. You're the expert here, and I recognize that. So I have heard experts talk about the differences, the hardware differences between SNES and Genesis, and that's going to play a part in our poll party. But was the Genesis technically? We've always heard that. What was that? The
Genesis does what Nintendo.
Yeah,
blast
processing, and it did have better processing, but did it have a better sound chip or sound processor?
I'm gonna get some hate in the comments maybe, but I think it did have better capabilities.
Yeah.
To create music. I'm not sure it was fully utilized at the time, other than by a handful of composers. But you go out and search now and see what composers are composing, retro style music on, and they're not making it sound like a Super Nintendo.
Okay.
They want it to sound like Genesis. And some of the composers that were composing music for Genesis 30 years ago are still making music on the same kinds of sound chips. And the reason why is because it's just better.
Okay. This is Cruisin' Highways. What's the inspiration here?
Outrun. Yeah, it's like a racing game.
Yeah.
Outrun. It's supposed to just feel nice and relaxed, and just like you're cruising down the beach, dodging trees, running into signs.
Yeah, I really am getting inspired whenever I have a bad day at work to maybe do just that. So, what's your favorite album? What can I sample for people here if I go back into Shaun Beeson on Spotify here? Should we play some of your piano music, or what's something that'll really impress people?
No, the piano music might put people to sleep. That's really what the piano music is. Sleep music.
How about Somnium Odyssey? That's your latest album, right?
Yeah, you can play some of that, and that's also music to put people to sleep. I have a lot of music that's written to.
You got a 54-minute song here, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get in. Let's go. What's one? Fireside Lore. That sounds cool. Let's just jump right into the middle of that track. Oh, dude, this is like Elden Ring.
Yeah, so this is modeled, and this is actually an entire soundtrack that has not been released because I haven't finished it. But I took the unfinished tracks and kind of manipulated them and just put some nature sounds on them, mostly just to put some new music out, and just to see if people were interested in fantasy music that they could relax and sleep to.
Dude, I love this.
People are very interested in it.
Should we check out Millennia?
Yeah.
What's a good song on Millennia?
Ooh.
The Mighty Arise, Hero of Gods, The Thirst.
One of the intros will be good. I'm trying to find all the track names here.
I'm gonna play Dawn of Millennia.
That might be the theme.
The Overture. Oh yeah, I'm getting some Dracula vibes. We're having arguments in the chat here between our retro game lovers, especially Retrocalypse. He says, "Oh, SNES music is amazing. Finally, especially the RPGs like Final Fantasy III, Chrono Trigger, Axe Razor. Music is too low. It is pretty low already. Did you find a good track to sample here, Shaun?"
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember what the theme is. What the name of the theme is.
Let's go to Rules of the Bronze Age.
Yeah, any of these are good. These are all great.
Oh man, I feel like I'm on the Misty Mountains.
And this was such a fun game to compose for, because in Millennia you go through different ages and eras, but if you take certain actions, you can change the course of history, and you end up in like some deviated timeline where AI takes over, or where everybody has the plague, and so the music changes to reflect, those changes in the game. So I really got to do a lot of ancient sounding music and medieval sounding music, all the way up to, futuristic, modern sounding stuff.
Is your mother proud of you?
I hope so.
You've also got some sacred music here, I think. Saint Joseph, our spiritual father. Let's listen to The Guardian here. Talk us through this. What inspired this album?
So this is from the film Saint Joseph, by the same name. It was a film that was put out, I think, a documentary put out in 2022,
Yeah.
and it's about Saint Joseph, about his life, which we really don't know a whole lot about other than just
The Proto-Evangelium.
What we have from tradition, as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the documentary is called Saint Joseph, Our Spiritual Father, and it talks about the life of Joseph, of what we know, and how he raised Jesus and was a protector of Jesus and of the family. And so this is the soundtrack from that film. It came out in 2021.
This is gorgeous music, man. You're really a talent. Where do you want to take your work from here?
I don't know. Wherever the good Lord wants me to go.
Yeah.
I think my whole career I've been open to life the same way that I'm open to life in every other way.
Yeah.
And I think that God rewards the fruitfulness of being open to the good that he can provide. So I don't know where I'll end up. Somewhere where it's not really where I imagine I'll be, and I'll be happy with that.
Spoken like a true video game lover, man.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for folks out there who, like we mentioned in our pre-game, our pre-show prayer, inspiring other people who are watching the show, maybe other streamers, maybe other musicians, whatever their talents are. What's your advice for people out there who are like wanting to, they love the Lord, they love their faith, but they're really not sure how to work it in. How can you inspire others with your wisdom and your experience to be able to just put forth all their talents for the kingdom?
Yeah, it sounds really simple, overly simplistic, but to just do it. So many people get worried about, like, if it's for God or if it's something greater than me, it has to be the greatest thing that I can ever imagine.
Right.
It has to be monumental. And we know that God can do so much with so little if we're willing to give that. And so I just give everything that I can when I'm working on projects that are of a sacred, a sacred not used in a mass,
Yeah.
a sacred
Right.
secular media.
Right.
I give everything that I can to those projects, and even the secular projects. You give everything that you can for the good of God, for his glory, and don't worry about the outcomes. Don't worry about if people will love it. Don't worry about if people will question what you're doing as being holy enough or good enough. You offer it to God, and you say thank you, and that's all.
Dude, that was glorious. I think I saw you rise out of your chair in ecstasy. What's
Yeah.
your favorite keyboard? Before we get into quickfire co-op, what is your favorite keyboard you got behind you?
Are you talking about the favorite sound or favorite functionality?
Well, actually, let me go a different direction. I've only seen it on like Instagram, like those people doing that, they've got like the blow tube or something with the, what is that instrument called? The garbler.
The talk box.
Okay. Do you have one handy?
I don't. It's about the only weird kind of synthesizer thing that I don't have.
Oh yeah, man. That looks so fun just to get like it just sounds like ooze spilling over, like you said, industrial.
Yeah.
Any idea if we're going to get to be able to, if you've been tinkering around, any idea if we're going to be able to hear you play after the show?
Oh, I think so. It might take a little adjusting here and there of some volume levels, but I think it will work.
Guys, okay, so here's the plan, and I was hesitant to say it. I did say it in the announcements on Discord, which came a day late, and I'm really sorry about that. Stressful week. But he is going to play for us a composition, or he's just going to sit there and compose something right in front of us. It's going to be like a composition speedrun. I think we can call it that, right?
Absolutely. And
World record.
Since we're close to October, I think it's going to be something a little spooky.
Ooh, okay. So Shaun, let's get into quickfire co-op. This is the departing part of the segment here where you're not allowed to think. You just answer questions.
That's no problem. I barely think as it is.
No, I don't believe that. Look at that mustache. I think that is twist that around for us. Give us some earwax and shape that thing for us.
There's a lot of wax in it. It's stuff from Catholic Beer Ball Company.
Yeah, I've got some of that. I've got the frankincense or something like that. Okay, here we go. What's harder to compose for, Gregorian chant or a boss fight soundtrack?
Gregorian chant.
Okay, fair. What game would you love to pick? Well, no. What game world would you love to write music for if you had a free pick?
It would be Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, cool. Favorite saint? Favorite saint?
I really like Blessed Solanus Casey.
Okay, tell us a little bit about him.
He was from Michigan, and what I liked so much about him is that he was very quiet. He was not successful always in being a priest, and his fellow priests didn't want to let him celebrate the sacraments.
Right.
And he did not let that deter him from still giving glory to God.
I love it. Yeah, a lot of people, especially from that part of the country, are enormous fans of his. So cool. Okay, confirmation saint.
It's a bit of a touchy subject. It's Saint John, but when I picked Saint John, at the time when I was an 8th grader, thought that there was only one Saint John. So when somebody said, "Hey, who's your confirmation saint?" and I said, "Saint John the Baptist," my wife was like, "No, I think your confirmation saint is Saint John, the
Evangelist.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's one of those.
Okay. Whichever one. They're both looking down on you and trying to bless Mr. Shaun. And so only Shauns know this, that our name is a derivation of John. Does that have anything to do with the reason you chose that?
Yep, 100%.
There we go. Look at us. Look at us. I said we have the same life. 7 kids, wonderful wife, raises those kids. 39. John. Okay. Favorite game original soundtrack, OST.
I'm going to have to eat crow, but it's Chrono Trigger.
I don't think that's bad.
Which is a Super Nintendo soundtrack.
Yeah. So I take it you're a big Genesis fan and not a Nintendo fan.
Oh, no, I love Super Nintendo as well. Without a doubt, the best role-playing games, maybe of all time, are on the Super Nintendo.
Sure. Yeah, especially the Final Fantasies and the Dragon Quests. What else?
Mm-hmm. Secret of Mana.
Trials.
Secret of Evermore, yep. I liked. Illusion of Gaia.
Love it. And if you could add one sacred instrument to a Final Fantasy orchestra, what would it be?
I would say pipe organ, but I think there's already pipe organ in a lot of those pieces.
There might be, yeah. What game world feels most like a cathedral to you?
I would say Chrono Trigger.
Okay. Yeah. Why?
Because it has a cathedral in it, and it's stained glass.
Okay.
Like very distinct art of having stained glass in it, and it just feels grand.
Okay. I think that this next one's going to be really funny. If heaven had a soundtrack, what instrument do you think would be front and center?
Piano.
Oh, not the harp?
No. Have you ever heard a harp? Have you ever heard a harp?
Have you ever heard a lyre?
Not in person, no.
Oh, I love Psalm 150. Favorite video game soundtrack of all time?
Strider.
Yes. Okay. Patron saint you'd most want to co-op with in real life?
Oh, Saint Carlo.
Okay. Best boss fight soundtrack. Best boss fight track.
Oh, it's got to be. It's from Final Fantasy. The track from Final Fantasy. I can't think of if it's when you're fighting Sephiroth or.
Okay.
I can't think of it, but I just remember hearing it, and it was so impactful.
Yeah. The one for me is I'm not sure if you ever played Journey to Silius.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy. Oh man, that is a heck of a boss battle. Also Ninja Turtles when you're like
And then
fighting Bebop and Rocksteady and all those
yeah, that's
guys.
for for Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love boss battle soundtracks. They are just like, those old games just really got your heart rate up. It's just something about them, and it doesn't really happen for me a lot anymore, just from the score to a game.
yeah,
Okay,
Dancing Mad. That might be the name of it.
Dancing Mad.
Dancing Mad.
Okay, are you more of a 16-bit chip tune guy or a full cinematic orchestra?
Full orchestra, for sure.
Cool, man. Rosary or Liturgy of the Hours, which is your daily grind prayer?
Rosary.
Good man. If you could restore any classic game soundtrack, which one would you want to redo?
I would love to redo the soundtrack for Quackshot.
I've heard of that game, but I'm not sure what the soundtrack sounds like.
It's a pretty good sound. You know, a lot of the really good, well-known soundtracks have already been redone. And
Okay.
Quackshot, I'm not sure if it has.
Okay. Last question. Most important question. Will you please make a ton of music for my show?
Can I use it as a tax write-off, or can I
Yeah.
get?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun to do some bumper music. It's what I do for a living.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so that is the end of Quickfire Co-op. We'll dive deeper into your journey, Shaun, as both a Catholic and a composer. Hopefully, this is not the first time or not the last time you'll be on the show. I'm going to get a good rotation in here from everybody. But first, let's go and thank you for joining the party. Sorry, I'm misreading my script. Let's see what happens when sacred music meets side quest. Are you ready for this boss battle?
Yes.
This is going to be really fun. I think you're going to like this game. Here we go. All right, Shaun, it's time for boss battle. You are front and center on the screen. This one is called Sanctus Showdown. You'll get 10 quick-fire questions where faith, music, and video games collide. For every one you miss, I'm going to take away one of those little batteries of yours, and that's probably powering what? Your Korg synth?
Yeah.
It'll have less power, so keep the light on, okay? Chat, remember your bits and your donations and your subs are live, and you can use them to bless and damn our guests. So fire those away either now or towards the end, or mix it up. I don't care what you do. Retro, I want to hear from you. You donated those subs earlier. Do you want to damn him or do you want to bless him and give him more batteries? What do you say? Okay, while he's making his mind up, he says, bless. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 batteries for that. Okay, so now you got 15. Thanks to Retrocalypse, our good patron and sponsor. Okay, Shaun, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like trivia, okay? So who is the patron saint of musicians?
There's a couple, but Saint Cecilia is the most well-known one, and then Saint Hildegard von Bingen.
Yeah, we just had her feast day like last week, right?
Was it?
It was.
I must have missed it.
It was last week. Yep. Okay, so Saint Cecilia is the right answer. There's, of course, multiple right answers. Which prayer did Padre Pio call his weapon?
I'm going to say the Rosary.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Now, you can't get back batteries in this game unless somebody donates, but you could lose one. Okay, name a video game that features Gregorian chant in its soundtrack.
Oh, Halo,
we got it, man. Okay, question 4. What psalm is traditionally chanted at funerals and also appears in the Halo soundtrack? What psalm? There's 150 choices.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Dies Irae?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The Psalm 23 or Psalm 150?
Are you talking about the Lord is my shepherd? I walk through the valley. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about like at an actual at a funeral mass that's chanted the yeah.
I might have meant that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm half making these. Okay, you got it though. It's Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. Okay, that appears in Halo for anybody who didn't know it. Number 5. Which sacrament? You haven't lost a battery yet. You're doing great.
Hmm.
Which sacrament is often nicknamed the reset button for the soul?
Well, I heard it at the beginning of this episode, I believe, and it is the sacrament of reconciliation, confession.
There you go. Not confirmation. We didn't work that
Yes.
one into the analogies yet. Good. Okay, that was an easy one. True or false? The organ is the official instrument of the Roman Catholic Church.
That's a big true.
Good. Man, I've got the easy ones for you. What was the first video game franchise to release a fully orchestrated soundtrack CD?
Quest for Glory 5?
I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with
Mm.
Final Fantasy. At least that's what the internet said.
Yeah.
So you're down to 14 batteries. Sorry, man. But you're doing great. I mean, you're getting
Yeah.
all these correct. You got a couple more questions left. Which saint is often depicted playing a harp and why?
Mm.
His iconography often has a harp. A harp.
You,
Harp.
you
Harp.
said
Harp.
you said his iconography?
Okay, I did allude to a he, yes.
Oh gosh. Oh, it's
I'm hoping he loses batteries here because he's been
yeah.
doing too good. But
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's the one. It's I don't know, Saint Jude.
okay, let's narrow it down. You lost a battery, but let's see if you can. I'm going to give you some hints here. Okay, so Old Testament or New Testament? You
Old
choose.
Testament. David.
David, you got it, man. You got it,
Yeah.
brother. That was an easy one. He is depicted with a harp because he composed so many psalms. Now,
Yeah.
I'll just say this. This isn't in the official question set here. True or false? David wrote all the psalms.
Hmm. I kind of feel like that's what I've been told, but I don't know if that's true. So I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to take a battery away. Unofficial battery taken away. No,
No.
he did not. There's psalms from Moses. There's psalms from the descendants of Ashkarath or something like that. Yeah. So when people say online, David wrote all the psalms. Okay. Unless somebody wants to correct me. Kmart? I'm just kidding. Or Kmax? Yeah, Kmart doesn't correct me. It's Kmax that always does that. Okay, back to the original questions. In the Mass, what's the musical moment when the priest sings, "The Lord be with you," and the people respond? Let's see. We got some priests in chat. Where are you, Father?
You're talking about the liturgy of the Eucharist.
A little more specific than that.
Um,
It's when he chants, "The Lord be with you." What's the official term for that? Is it the responsorial psalm? Is it
no. Of course I know all the responses. I just can't think of the name of it.
This is called the dialogue chant. You lose a battery, my boy.
Yeah. Okay, I would have gotten that wrong. I'm okay with losing that one.
Trekky's given the question mark. Okay. There's probably a great Latin name for it too, but we call it the dialogue chant. Okay. Last one, question 10. If the Rosary had a soundtrack, which composer would you pick to score it? Would you go with Nobuo Uematsu for Final Fantasy? And there's obviously no wrong answer here. Or Koji Kondo for Super Mario Brothers?
Ooh. Oh, I'd have to go with Umatsu.
Okay.
I just can't imagine a Koji Kondo soundtrack to a Rosary.
No, we don't want it to be too diminished because it is the greatest prayer of all time. Okay, how do you think you did? You only had 4 batteries lost. Is your Korg synth still working?
Ooh, probably not, because I don't think it takes batteries.
Okay, it'll take 1 million to power it, right?
Yeah.
All right, man, that was a ton of fun. I want you to do one thing before people can't see your face anymore, is tell people where they can find you, why they should find you, and I promise not to put any fart noises over you like I do my other guests.
No, that's okay. You can. That's
okay. I'm doing it.
All right.
Can you make a face? Can you make a face like you're squeezing? Oh, it's not working.
Oh, so now I'm just making the face for no reason.
It's not working. Go ahead. Tell people where they can find you, why they should find you.
So, of course, my website, ShaunBeeson.com. I have music there. But really, just reaching out on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And I'm going to be doing more streaming of music in the near future as well on Twitch. So keep your eyes on my Twitch channel, and eventually it'll start to come together very soon.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to that. So okay, we did get his Twitch in chat. Buddy, thank you so much for being on here. You were an amazing guest because I was sitting there just jamming out while you were walking us through that. Can't wait till the next time. Come prepared with some music and fill this show. We need a boss battle theme. We need a poll party theme. I need something funky. You're about to see what's going on. Okay, Shaun, thank you. You're the best guest we've ever had since last week. Okay, here we go.
Take it.
We're going to pool party. Yeah, go follow Shaun. Okay, so here we go for pool party. Oh my gosh, I switched scenes like a noob. Let's wait till this plays because OBS is... We are not ending the show. All right, let's try again. Pool party. Okay, the reason that happened is because the grind list button on the Stream Deck looks just like, or too similar to, the 60-second timer that we got to use for this show. Okay, nerds, poll party. Everyone, tonight we're playing Genesis versus SNES. That's Super NES for you losers out there who don't know. Genesis versus SNES Showdown. So chat, vote with your hashtag Genesis, if a fact that I prompt you with belongs to a Sega Genesis game or a feature of the Sega Genesis. And I want you to vote with hashtag SNES, SNES, if it belongs to a Super Nintendo one, okay? Easy peasy. Shaun, do those instructions make sense to you? We get a lot of complaints on the show. You're muted. Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Perfect, okay. Perfect sense.
Okay, perfect setup. And we've still got Alden there. Look at his cute face. Okay, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? Get your keyboards out. Here we go. First one, start it. First console to feature a soundtrack for Streets of Rage. Hashtag Genesis or hashtag SNES? What do you think? What do you think, Shaun? You can keep yourself off mute.
Oh, yeah. Genesis, for sure.
Genesis all the way? Are you peeking at the answers here? Our music expert says it's Genesis. But the SNES, some people say, had a better sound processor. I don't know. People point to games like Castlevania and all the RPGs for those facts. So we're going to see. The Genesis is the only one getting votes. And by the way, Shaun, you can vote too. I'm not revealing the answers until the very end. Vote, vote, vote. I'm going to get as many votes as possible in there. If we can reach 10 votes, I'll take my shirt off. Just kidding. You guys don't want to see that. I'll shave my beard. Just kidding. You don't want to see that. Okay. Everybody voted Genesis, and that's exactly right. Sega brought the funk, and SNES fans had to sit this one out. Okay, question number 2. Introduced Mode 7 graphics for rotating and scaling background. Was that SNES or Genesis? Vote with hashtag Genesis or hashtag SNES for Super Nintendo Entertainment System. What do you think, Shaun? Introduce Mode 7 graphics for rotating and scaling background.
Oh, definitely SNES. Secret of Mana, when you would zoom into the town and it would twist and...
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Anybody think Genesis out there? You see, we need some funky music back here while people are in the poll party. Everybody is just taking what you say to the bank. We're going to see if it's Genesis or not. No Genesis holdouts out there? Remember that you only get one vote, folks. And Kmart says sneeze. Not one of the official programmed votes. Oh, my wife's on. This Catholic wife. She says SNES. Okay, we're all taking Sean Beeson's votes to heart. We should put on some Sean Beeson music here. Let's do that. Do you mind?
No, go for it.
Let's go with Mega Dreamland. Let's go with Jules and Bubbles. All right, lo-fi, lo-fi, lo-fi. Okay, that one was SNES. That was SNES. SNES literally made your world spin, which is so cool. So good job. Thank you for the help on that one, Shaun. Question 3. Here we go. First RPG, the Phantasy Star series to appear on this console. Was it Genesis or SNES? Phantasy Star. Retrocalypse with 5 times 100 bits. Thank you for the 500 bits, my boy. I love you. Thank you for that. Retrocalypse says Master System. So the votes are hashtag Genesis or the hashtag SNES. He's saying it was Master System and not Genesis. Maybe my stuff is wrong. Well, just say Sega if you think it was... Say Genesis if you think it was Sega. How about that?
Yeah, technicality.
Oh, and he's saying Genesis is wrong. This guy knows his stuff. He runs, if you guys didn't know, Retrocalypse is our official fact checker here because he owns a used video game store. Ain't that cool? K-Max says 3DO. Get out of here, dude. Vote correctly. Okay, time is up. Dude, nobody is wavering one way or another. So the internet says it's Genesis. The internet says it's Genesis. Retrocalypse, I'm sorry, but Genesis gets the vote. If you voted Genesis, you're correct. Nobody voted SNES. I'm not tricking you guys here. This next one is a real zinger. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Number 4, original home of Super Metroid. I'm going to let you play with that one. I'm going to go with Face Kick here on the soundtrack. Get your face kicked. Some people think Super Metroid might have been on Genesis. Okay, that was... Sean Beeson said Genesis. You're just trying to mix it up, aren't you? Where did Samus's Metroid adventure begin? Was it on Sega? Was it on Nintendo? Pretty sure this one's proprietary. Why'd you say Genesis, Sean?
I just wanted to see if anybody else would vote Genesis.
Yeah, you should
sway the votes.
Yeah, you could. You've been pretty popular here so far. Retrocalypse says only Phantasy Stars 2 and 3 and 4 were on Genesis. The first one was on Master System. Hey, buddy. Retro, throw the game my way. We'll play it on stream. Send it. Guys, the answer to this one is easy. It's IP. This is a Nintendo game through and through since the beginning, so it's on SNES. Okay, next one. Question 5, Poll Party. Known for the iconic techno-funk soundtrack in this side-scrolling beat-em-ups, which one had them? The techno-funk soundtracks in the side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Was it on Genesis or SNES? I'm going to go back to an earlier part of the show and go with this track from Mega Dreamland, Shadow Street Ninja. What do you guys think? Genesis or SNES? Known for iconic techno-funk soundtracks and side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Name 5 side-scrolling beat-em-ups, John.
Did they have to just be on Genesis?
Or SNES? Name 5 of them.
Yes. Streets of Rage, Comic Zone, Punisher, Carnage, and...
Maximum Carnage?
Yeah, Maximum Carnage and Golden Axe.
Okay. How about TMNT?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that one. What about Growl? The game Growl on Sega.
You know, a really fun game that not a lot of people remember or played that I had on Genesis was Primal Rage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a really rough one. The arcade was so good.
Yeah.
The Genesis version was inferior to the Super Nintendo version.
That's what everybody says, but we only had a Genesis growing up. Okay, everybody says Genesis. Yes, that's correct. Streets of Rage is pure Genesis groove. All right, here's another popular one. Number 6. Released Chrono Trigger. Widely praised for its musical score, as we've heard here tonight, and branching storylines. Was that Genesis? Hashtag Genesis, or was that SNES? Hashtag SNES. Got a feeling a lot of you should know this one after so much dialogue about it tonight. Chrono Trigger. Is that your favorite game? You mentioned it a few times.
It definitely is up there.
Yeah.
Definitely up there.
Now, that's a Enix game, right? Enix? Did they make it?
Yeah. Yeah, Squaresoft way back in the day. Square Enix now.
So they merged with Square Enix, Squaresoft, and then Enix merged together. And now we just have, like, nobody makes good RPGs unless it's them, right? Do they have the market? Do they have the market? I gotta get some people in chat to tell me they don't have the market. Who else is making amazing RPGs? Who's doing Dragon? Dragon is still Square Enix, right? Yeah. Temco. Okay, Square is very up and down these days. Okay, that's from KMax. Okay, poll is ended. Everybody says SNES. What did my wife vote? SNES. She's just following the crowd. She knows her stuff. I tried to talk her tonight into maybe hosting the show next week, and I'll be the guest. I'm searching for a guest next week. I think I might just make a long, boring diatribe next week. Anybody who voted SNES is right. Chrono Trigger is, of course, the time-traveling epic, and that's SNES. Okay, next poll, number 7. Popularized Sonic the Hedgehog as mascot character. The Genesis or SNES? Now, this is even more interesting. What console did Sonic finally appear on Nintendo? Shaun.
I'm trying to remember if it is as early as the GameCube. I think it's as early as the GameCube that Sonic...
Did we get a Sonic 2 on the SNES? Or did we not? I don't think we did. Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah, I guess Sonic Adventure was on the DS. Or was it on the Game Boy Advance?
K-Max says, answer my riddle. Was Sonic the Hedgehog the first Sonic game? Oh, I don't know. Is that a riddle? That's just a trivia question. Magician says, I vote for Jess to host the show next week. Yeah, I could probably coach her into it. Okay, you guys are all right. Man, it's just an easy show tonight, isn't it? Let's get a switched up soundtrack for this next question. Let's go Comic Combat. Oh, I love this one. Okay.
A little bit of Comic Zone influence there.
Yeah. Number 8. Timers on the board. Featured Secret of Mana, allowing for up to 3-player cooperative gameplay. Groundbreaking gameplay. Was it Genesis or was it SNES? Secret of Mana. Did you play Trials of Mana on Switch?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Trials of Mana.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. It got a little bit grindy. Got a little bit grindy for Shaun, and I don't really do good with repetitive things other than listening to myself talk. Aye, you got to make an introduction to your co-writer of this beautiful soundtrack here. I really want to get her on the show. We have to have our first female on the show sometime. Not a misogyny show. You have nothing to say to that, do you, Shaun?
Hey, I say bring her on. She would love to come on, and yeah, I think she does a lot of interesting stuff.
I sent her a Facebook request. I'm sure she's like, "Who's this creep?" All right, those of you who guessed SNES, easy one. Of course, that's Square Enix. Enix making Secret of Mana. That's on the SNES. But friends joined the party. They were the platform that always did that. They are just horrible at online gaming now. Maybe they'll make the Switch 2 a little bit more accessible with that. 9th question. The timer is started. First home to Gunstar Heroes. A little lesser known. Gunstar Heroes. A fast action platformer. Was this Genesis or SNES? I think we're going to get a lot of votes either way here. Hashtag Genesis or hashtag SNES. Gunstar Heroes. The first home for it. Most people are saying Genesis right now. Retro says treasure rules. I don't know what that means. K-Max
I think
says,
that's
but...
the developer of Gunstar Heroes.
Oh, okay. Treasure rules. They've had a lot of interesting older game. They've a lot of them have gone out, or they've merged, or they've been kind of defunct for a while, and sometimes get resurrected. Treasure Heroes is the developer of Gunstar Heroes. My man knows everything. Sean Beeson says Gunstar greater than Vector Man. Vector Man's cool. I remember the commercial for it. It was pretty popular.
Yeah.
Okay, so time's up. Everybody says Genesis. Guys, you are a tough crowd tonight. I can't trick or trip up any of you. Yes, 100% votes for Genesis. 100% of the crowd is correct. Sega's heroes hit hard and fast in this platformer. Almost the last question. Here we go. Number 10 included Final Fantasy VI, known for its orchestral-inspired soundtrack. Did a Final Fantasy game ever go off a Nintendo system? I believe it did, of course. But did this? Was this the first departure? Was this the first departure before they went to PlayStation? Sean, you know the answer. Don't tell everybody. Yeah. I can't snag anybody up here. At least everybody, at least we got a good quality check for the knowledge of our gamerhood out there. Retro says Final Fantasy VII was the first departure on PS. Yep. We're going to have to get some harder questions in here next week. Not a single vote for Genesis. Let's change up the song. Let's go with this one. Finger Funky. This is by Shaun Beeson. Definitely some funk vibes here. Okay, yes, of course it was SNES. I can't trick you guys. 11, number 11. Known for including a headphone jack on the controller for enhanced audio. Ooh, an audiophile like you, Sean, should know this. But this might be one that I finally trip people up on. Known for including a headphone jack on the controller for enhanced audio. Is that hashtag Genesis or hashtag SNES? Guys, this is purely your knowledge. Don't go to Google. Don't go to ChatGPT. What do you think?
That's
hashtag Genesis or SNES? Sean, tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's really tough. I can't remember if the SNES ever had a headphone jack, but I feel like some of the Genesis controllers maybe did.
Okay. We're going to see. We got one vote for SNES. Come on, guys. 11 seconds left. 10. At least we got a good participative crowd tonight. I could tell a couple of you are holding out, though. Okay, time's up. If you said Genesis, yes, Genesis was the only console of that era to introduce the headphone jack. Okay, and I think that was on their 6-button controller. Okay, Genesis gamers got the private jam session. Yeah, that's true. So mom could listen to her stuff and you can game. That was a nice ad-lib in there. Okay. Number 12, released Earthbound, famous for its quirky music and modern setting. Was that SNES? Or was that Genesis? Genesnes. If you guys don't get this one, I'm going to be so upset. Earthbound, aka Mother 3. Let's see, what can we find on here? Let's listen to The Silver Sword. I think this is a good one. This is another Mega Dreamland Shaun Beeson original. What inspired this one, Sean?
Yeah, Golden Axe.
Golden Axe. Dude, you know your games.
Golden Axe, great soundtrack. And I think the arcade version of Golden Axe came out first, so like a lot of the Sega games that had awesome music were from arcade titles. Yeah, I think they took a lot of that market, like Neo Geo took a lot of that solemn arcade crowd. Genesis was a good port, I'd say, for a lot of those arcade fans. Everybody, we only got 2 votes? Where did you guys drop off at? Did we end the polling too soon?
Chat says, "Oh, Sean Beeson, you can't vote. You can only vote with your hashtag. No extra words in there." Okay, that was a SNES. Nothing beats a quirky SNES vibes. What SNES vibes? And by the way, that SNES rhymes with NES, like Nintendo Entertainment System. A lot of people have debated whether NES was his name because of the NES. So, I don't know if anybody else has ever put that together. Let's go to the final question on Poll Party. Ready? Home console for Shining Force 2. Tactical RPG series. What do you guys think? Genesis or SNES? Let's get some votes in here. Make this one the one that everybody votes on. Home console for Shining Force 2. Tactical RPG series. What do you guys think? There weren't a lot of RPGs on Genesis, so... But everybody's saying Genesis. Can't trip this crowd up. Don Beeson says Genesis. Retro says Genesis. My wife says Genesis. Miss Magician's wife says Genesis. No votes. No votes. No dice. Wow. This is a hard crowd tonight. But we had some music for Poll Party, which is something I've been trying to do for a while. I think we're going to keep it here. Is it going to ruin your life if I import some of this music to the show?
No, that's what it's for. And actually, just keep using it until we can get you something original.
Man, that's so generous of you, dude. Okay, time's up on the very last one. Of course, it was Genesis, Shining Force 2. I've never played that game, but I'd like to give it a try. It's tactical goodness straight from Sega. Give us your best Sega impression. Sega, man.
Sega!
Yeah, okay, so classic. So one more question for you. You're dad of 7. You love your video games. How do you govern video games in the house for everybody? Share your wisdom.
Yeah, usually an hour a week, just like Carlo.
Right.
For the kids. Now, for me, it's called research because I'm a game composer. So
you got to get to that next level.
Exactly.
Dude, get your audio ready so we can watch you guys. The stream's not going to end after the end credits. We're going to switch over, and I'm just going to bring Sean in over on the Zoom. We're going to watch him compose some music. Sean, God bless you, man. Go grind your grace. Can't wait to have you on the show again. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, and thank you for having me.
Love you, man. Okay, here we go for the grind list. Sean, you can mute yourself. How about Sean, guys? I did not fail to entertain you guys with his massive, I'm looking at it on my other screen here, his massive music setup. There was one point in time in my life where I said, you know what? Whether anybody likes it or not, like he said, I'm just going to make music. And then I turned out to say, you know what? I like doing other things more. Okay, so grind list tonight, guys. I am having so much fun playing Fire Emblem, the Blazing Blade. I think that's the name of it. Fire Emblem, the Blazing Blade. I think it was on the GBA, so I'm playing it on the Virtual Console. I am having a ton of fun, and yes, the rewind button on there is so useful because I've still got all my original characters. Nobody's died. I've got a ton of items. I'm using Merlinus. Almost never because I'm distributing everything. I am totally cheating my way through that whole game so I can enjoy the story. And it's really fun. I'm really enjoying Fire Emblem. So thank you to K-Max for, you said you might be chiptune interested in Catholic chiptune developers. Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing that. I'm going to get back on Chibi Robo once I can do some advanced reading on how to progress the storyline. We'll bring that back in. And then if you weren't aware, I was playing The Simpsons Hit and Run on the GameCube last night. Now, I got like this major headache, and then, which I apologize for, I did not get all the game time in that I promise you guys every Wednesday. I had a headache, and then, of course, this morning I woke up with that ocular migraine, which didn't hurt at all, but somehow through the intercession of my wonderful saints, I said, God, let this not be me going blind out of either irritation or anxiety. and he took it away from me. He relieved my pain. So I'm grinding through grace this week. I'm going to go to confession this Saturday. Father, bro, where you at? Give me a visit. And I'm going to continue to pray the liturgy of the hours. And I'm gearing up for what we're going to do as a rosary stream. I've got to redo some videos for a video series on YouTube where you can find me releasing the new book, Compendium of Eucharistic Miracles. There's going to be a 10-part series produced by none other than Taylor Schroll. And it's going to be great. He wants to have me redo all of my lines, though. All 10 episodes, he's going to have me redo. We've got a lot of chat going on in the Discord. If you can't hear that in the background, that's going to be wonderful. Guys, thank you so much for joining me with Shaun tonight. I had the most amazing time with our guest. He is a handsome dude. Imagine what his kids look like. Imagine how his music sounds. I want you guys to go out and follow Shaun. He said he's going to get his stream worked back up. Kmart, please put that stuff back in the chat. He's got so much music on Spotify, wherever you're finding music. Go find it. Go find it with him. I want to give one last amazing thanks to you patrons of the show. You make this possible. You keep me giving you the content every week. I gotta find a guest next week. I think we're gonna do a switcheroo in the house. I think Jessica's gonna host the show. She's gonna interview me, and we're just gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be a funny show. Guys, thank you, especially Retrocalypse. Thank you to all you patrons out there. Thank you, Proot, who renewed your patronage tonight. Anybody else looking out there to support the show, please donate your bits, donate your right with the donate button, and gift those subs. It keeps people coming and discovering how to settle God right into their gaming plans. You're going to be recognized, you donors, in the credits here, and then we're going to go right to Shaun in the Zoom for some fun. I can't wait to see how he puts his music together. He's going to do it right before us. So guys, God bless. Thank you for a great show. You can always find these on YouTube. And I'm glad I didn't use any fart buttons tonight, guys. God bless. Thank you. Here's your credits. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's not the end. It's not the end. We're going to keep going here. And we're going to have Shaun Beeson. He's coming right into the Zoom one more time. Shaun, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can hear you, dude. Okay, so let me get my stuff moved over one screen. I've got OBS and everything up too. Dude, I cannot wait to see how you do this.
Let's hope I can get it all
Yeah.
running smoothly.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do great. So I've got a young 13-year-old who loves just tinkering on the piano with his ear tuned in to maybe Mario or Zelda or something else, and he just loves to figure out all those themes. Do you find yourself doing that sometimes?
Oh yeah, that's the best part about music, is just being able to tinker, and experiment and have fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's gonna have to watch this episode on the video on demand after we're getting ready to go. I cannot wait to hear you play. I need you to do a happy birthday for me.
Is it your birthday?
No, it was last month.
Oh. We get some instruments loaded up here, and we can get going.
What'd you think of the show?
Really good.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a blast.
Did you get mad at K-Max too? Did he kind of make you upset?
No, no, not at all.
Oh, he always just grinds my gears.
Oh.
Totally kidding. Oh, he is one of the coolest guys. He is an absolute dork, but he is also one of my favorites. He is just so goofy and so opinionated in all the wrong ways.
Hmm.
Yeah, got to have him on the show. Hey, Max, your time is coming. I'm going to give you a Thursday in like November or December, okay? Are you still there, K-Max? K-Max had a tree fall down in his yard this week. We're going to have to get some of those pictures in the Discord. K-Max, are those still down? How's that going, dude? Yeah, he sends me these pictures. We were going to kind of brainstorm some ideas that he has for a show for his stream. He's an avid streamer. We all love him. And he's got a good idea. And so we were going to talk about that. And he's like, Shaun, a tree just fell down. Got to get the chainsaw out. It's battery powered. And I can only do this a little bit. And I'm like, dude, this can wait. Obviously, you need to go handle the birds and the bees. not those birds and the bees, but the literal birds and the bees. Shaun, are you getting ready?
Can you hear anything?
No, not yet.
All right. Ooh.
You just keep tinkering. I'm just going to keep talking. Retro. Dude, I'm coming to Ohio next month. I'm going to be at the studio for the journey home on the 22nd. Retro, can you like get away from the shop and meet me out there? Because I've got to catch the plane that night. I might just get a rental car or something after the show and drive over to see you. Is that possible, Retro? It's in Irondale and you're over there in Hilliard. Is that possible, Retro? I want to get to your shop before I come home. Says yes. I think it would be so cool to drop some money in your store and take a picture with you, dude. I'm going to try to make it happen. I'm going to try to get them to drop us off after recording. Because the flight out is pretty late, and I'm gonna try to get them to get us to a rental car place. I got to put all that together. I think it'd be really cool to come and meet you. I hear that.
Can you hear it?
Whoa, yeah.
It's not too. Is it too loud?
Well, crowd. No, that's great. That's right there where it should be. Da, 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 da. Da 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 boo 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 boo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully you can see my hands a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Buddy. Dude. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. You take it away, brother.
Yeah. All right. So we're entering some spooky season. So does anybody have some recommendations of what kind of a spooky music you want to hear?
Oh,
like you want to hear fun spooky?
Dude, I want to hear some time warp, like some what is a Rocky Horror Picture Show? I know that's kind of bad, but go for it.
I don't know if I.
You don't know the time warp?
No.
The time warp?
Yeah, I do. I just don't know.
It's kind of ragdoll.
Yeah, I don't know if I know enough about it to do anything.
Okay, no. Somebody else go with a suggestion. Just play some creepy music. People will fill the chat up.
All right, let's. Yeah, I'll just start with some creepy music. So, what you're seeing, because I'd imagine a lot of people that are watching aren't probably familiar with what you're seeing, but this is a piece of software that's called Nuendo, and it's where I get to just punch in notes.
I get in trouble for that at work.
So.
So you're punching in the notes, and we're not supposed to hear you, right?
I need to set it so that you can. This is new to me, and I just rigged it up right before the show.
So, Father Bro asked for an inspiration from the Dies Irae.
Oh. All right. I was going to go with something a little more kitschy, but that sounds fun too. So what I'll do is I have some fun recordings of choirs here that can do some pretty fun kind of apocalyptic sounding singing on the day of the destruction. So let me get some choir here.
The day whence shall come. Oh!
So that's pretty awesome, but there's also a piece of software that you can actually type words into and make them say the words. So we can fire some of that up here and see if we can't get something fun out of that too.
Play away, Shaun. I'm going to be right back.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So I'm going to load up some men's choir here, and I'm going to make it sing some words. All right. So I'm going to just have it say some words, and it's a lot of it's just kind of some Latin random phrases. There we go. So it's supposed to be saying that, but so what I have to do then is it will cycle through the syllables. Yeah, and some of them it's just nonsense syllables, and others it's you can actually type in the syllables. It does not sound as good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some reverb because we have to make it sound awesome in a big old...
I want some Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Boys and girls of... Yeah, so I'm going to send both of these to a little reverb here, and so we can get it to be nice and echoey. Really big and full, like a church choir.
My wife says, this is so cool.
So I'm going to make it sound like a cathedral here. So I'm going to go with a very large sound, a cathedral. Here we go. So what I have to do then is set a metronome, right? So like a... Can you hear that click or not? Interesting. Okay, so that's only coming out... So I can only hear that. That's kind of nice. So it's a click, right? So everything I'm composing then is on a vertical grid.
Okay.
That sounds terrible. Most of what I do is deleting things and redoing things.
Yep. It's the same way in writing, brother.
It's a lot of ideas that some pan out really good, and most of them do not.
Well, let me take that back. In writing, I write it all down, and then the editor deletes it all.
Oh. All right, let's just try that. So got some men's choir, and of course every little piece I can open up and I can see the notes that I played in. The length of the notes is the duration of how I held them. The colors are how hard I played them, and everything can be moved around and shifted around, which is awesome.
Retro says, do one-winged angel, Sephiroth.
That choir sounds like garbage. Yeah, we're gonna go with this really kitschy sounding organ because I like it.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna like bust it into something else. I don't.
That
really
was
know
cool.
Yet. I employed the Bob Ross.
Can we hear that? Can we hear those two over each other?
Yeah.
Let's hear that. That's cool. So you're saying you've got a Bob Ross thing?
Yeah. I go by the Bob Ross School of Music, where I leave
accidents?
a lot. Yeah. If there's accidents, you just keep going. So many
Cool.
people will get caught up just in trying to make everything perfect, but in the process of that, very often you just don't get much done.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get some brass in there now. So let's change that. Here we go.
Ooh.
There we go. That's great.
Oh man! I want to listen to this before I go to work in the morning, dude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and limit myself, and I have to do this. Anybody who's a creative really needs to do this. That you do have to limit yourself on time, right? So I'm gonna give myself, maybe till 10 o'clock, 22 minutes, and I'm gonna see how much I can get done, and then it'll just be what it's gonna be. And obviously, when I'm writing for projects, you have a lot more time to spend on it.
Sure.
But
He's saying he's got a bedtime, guys.
I had kids up at 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, so did we.
Some runny noses and. Sure, let's go with that. Something like that, and then I can hear in my own head that I need strings, right? So I'm gonna go grab some strings because that's really gonna help pull the rhythm apart.
Chat,
hold the rhythm together.
Is this not the coolest thing? My wife says in the chat, she says the kids want lessons. Guys, chat, this is the coolest. Keep going.
Yeah. All right.
They're like, shut up, Shaun.
Yeah, sometimes libraries, that's what these are that I'm using, will have pre-recorded stuff, which is kind of a secret weapon because it always sounds good because it's pre-recorded. So I'm thinking during this part, I'm going to back it down And we're gonna get some nice, like, creepy, ethereal singing there. I think would be really awesome.
Do you like Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
I mean, their Carol of the Bells is pretty sick.
Okay, okay. I'm just curious if you've frequented it's more of one of their, it's not a Christmas album. It's oh, I gotta find it. I'll find it for you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get some choirs, but I'm not gonna go with the typical, big over the top choir. I'm gonna go with a children's choir.
Oh, Letters from the Labyrinth and Night Castle. These are two of their non-Christmas albums that I think you really like. Wizards of Winter. Yeah, I learned that on guitar. Pretty cool. Savatage. Yeah, you know. Rest in peace, Paul O'Neill. He was a good Catholic.
Oh, I ran out of keys there. That's fine. That's a happy accident. I'm going to leave that there.
What does that remind me of?
Probably a million different things. I don't know if I'm really going for originality.
No, yeah. No, you're right. But it'll come.
Nope, don't like that.
It's sounding good to my ear. So that's so what I'm thinking of is a show.
Oh, okay. And what's very common in any kind of music or arrangement.
Oh, we lost your voice, by the way.
It's because I soloed something. Now you can hear me.
There you go.
What's very common in a lot of music are doubling. So taking what's being done in another instrument and doubling it. So I'm going to double what the choirs are doing with a horn.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
I think it just came to me. Isn't that kind of similar to oh,
Don't sue me,
the Rings
bro.
of Power. The Rings of Power, isn't that?
I actually have never watched the show. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that it's.
I'd have to go back.
Because my music is so good like that.
No. This is so amazing, Shaun. I am like on the edge of. I'm gonna fall out of my seat onto the beanbag. It's cool.
So yeah, these are just different textures. Let's find something kind of fun here. I want something that's experimental, sure. Uh-oh. Did I break it? Might have broken it. I think I did. I think I broke it. Just that instrument. Sometimes it's incredible, but sometimes stuff breaks when
it crashes, like the program.
Yeah, and you just have to reload just that instrument.
This is going to be a really interesting stream. I really encourage you to bring this out.
Okay.
Man, so it's like you can't hit an off-key an off-key key. Like everything you're doing on the keyboard sounds so good.
Yeah, I definitely need some big drums though now. I need some big drums.
Yeah, we need to get the heartbeat going.
I've gone a little too long in this piece without some big old fat. This is the fattest drums you can find.
Do you turn your monitors way up, or do you prefer to have it in your headphones?
Oh, I very much dislike headphones.
Yeah, yeah.
They definitely serve a purpose, but really for me it's just for comfort.
Sure.
I just am more comfortable with speaker monitors, and
Yeah.
of course I have ones that are really nice. So I'm like, I want to hear, I want to be able to hear those.
Yeah. Like I don't want to put my headphones on. I want to crank up my Marshall amp.
Yeah, exactly.
Get up.
Somebody get some real big drums here. We'll have to audition a few.
Oh,
is that big enough? I might need to go for a bigger.
I'd go for bigger. That's like the Rock's next movie. That's like a Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah, so I got these ones that are called action toms.
Now I'm in. Oh yeah. Now I'm in ancient Rome. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's pretty fat.
Oh wow.
So if I load a couple drums together, then it's really big. So I'm gonna bring that in about right at this point, when maybe I'll have a little bit here. Yeah, some of that was good. Some of it was kind of cruddy. But
it made sense to me, man. That sounded cool.
Well, yeah, and that's why I just say you keep. It's not like I'm using analog tape, right? It's not like I'm wasting tape.
Right.
You roll, and you might have 10 terrible ideas, but there might be one really good idea that you just produced it off the cuff, that you'll never be able to reproduce that idea. And actually, this software is kind of unique in the fact that it has a retrospective recording.
Okay.
So even if I'm just playing and not recording, it's actually recording it.
Yeah.
So if you come up with a good idea, it's awesome.
Yeah. I've done that in guitar, just sitting there like make a riff, and the next time I pick it up, I've completely forgotten it.
Yeah, and this will keep track of all of that, and you can pull it back up.
Will it keep track of me all the way over here in Louisiana?
I don't think it's that good. See, I like these drums better. These are better drums. Here we go. So like there, I definitely am just like hitting, you might be like, oh, why are you just hitting random notes? And it's because I know what I want it to do, but I don't exactly know what drum. Like, I don't want a cymbal, I want a gong.
Yeah.
There it is. That's what I want, the gong. So I just am trying to find where that note is at.
10-minute warning, Shaun. You're doing great, man. This is so cool. Chat, what do you guys think? Who's still here? Still got a bunch of people just admiring your work, man.
There we go. Sweet. I don't like those drums anymore. Okay. So I'm going to do an echo. I have the horns playing that melody, and I'm going to echo it in the trumpets. Nope, don't like that idea. I'm backing out of that idea. I noped out of that one real quick.
Only you can hear what's wrong.
All right,
Kind of Batman-ish there. Da, 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 da.
It is. It is. Unintended consequence. So there are certain pieces of software too that are just really good about creating atmospheres and textures. And one of them that I really like to use is it's called Fables, and it really is just like these instruments. You could just call them pads. You know, they're like pad sounds that you play and hold, but they kind of evolve and they mutate over time, and you really can just kind of make some really interesting vibes.
Cool.
So I'm going to load some of that up here. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. And see, I kind of left that idea hang, so I need to deal with that now.
Okay. And you make quick work of this.
I'm just going to go with something kind of random there. I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell this is not just like a hobby, you know, that you're getting paid to do. This is really professional. You're like Kmart says in the chat, your experience is really showing. Like you're making incredibly quick work of your decisions and what you're pulling out. This is really remarkable.
Oh, thank you.
If you sharpen up like your presentation here and figure out a way to entertain the chat and read comments, like this is an extremely good stream idea.
Yeah, I need to figure it out. There's a lot of technical things that I need to figure out,
like,
but
yeah. Well, we're here to help. We got a lot of people in the Discord who guess you're in the right place.
I'm gonna double that with the horns. That'll sound awesome. I'm getting there. Almost there with something good. Yeah, and usually I do not work. I do not rush this much.
Sure. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding.
But you know, when I used to work, I used to have a studio inside the house, which was just a bedroom, and I eventually got kicked out of the bedroom, and it was because my wife was like, "I've heard you do that same like 10-second segment 40 times." She's
Yeah.
like, "It's good. You need to move on."
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's an issue with all instrumentalists. Is I do the same thing on guitar. I've got a few licks that I just love playing. It feels great in my fingers. K-Max says it feels very Baldur's Gatey. I totally agree.
Which Baldur's Gate? The new one or the old ones?
K-Max is going to answer. Trekkie says Riffmetic does music composition streams from time to time. Okay.
Nice, the old ones. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my timing's not always perfect. I am human.
Yeah.
But that's also the beauty with this is that it's not like I'm having to put pen to paper and I have to sit it in front of musicians.
Right. Yeah. You're not Beethoven sitting there on the floor trying to get the vibrations from his piano.
Not yet, at least. And then I can also do fun things like this where it's like my playing is just not very tight there, and I can just fix that right away. Make the playing a little better.
What other instruments do you play other than, the keys of various sorts?
That's really about it.
Okay.
I am the choir director at our church, so I do that. I do play organ. But yeah, anything that has keys, I like to push the keys. Oh, that's...
Oh, I like that. Bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Two-minute warning.
There we go. Okay, I had to find the key switches. So sometimes there's different key zones that trigger different sounds. No, it's just going off the rails now. So this is one of those times where I have an idea and it's just not quite working. So you usually just end up deleting it and going back.
Oh, I know what this needs.
Yeah, what's it need?
Dude, we need Tchaikovsky. We need cannons.
Oh, I could get
Give me some cannons.
Get some cannon shots.
Let's do it.
Let me find a cannon. So I have a pretty massive sound effect library.
Oh, see, people are gonna be able to have put in bits and have you add an instrument that they want.
Yeah, that would be fun. Let me find a cannon, and
that'll
be the cherry on top. So I'm just gonna find a cannon. Cannon.
That's my wife's favorite composer is Tchaikovsky.
Yes, the Overture of 1812.
Mm-hmm. For the war fought and ended in New Orleans.
Here we go. I'm just gonna drop that in. All right, and
let's hear it over and over. Vivaldi didn't have cannons.
No, he didn't. Sorry about his luck. Here we are.
Well, that was loud at first. That definitely had some clipping.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm gonna slow that down a little bit. There we go. Needs one right there.
Yeah, it needs to be boom, up by the boom. And then it needs to be boom, 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 boom.
You want a couple of them in a row?
Dude, I want it to be like the end of 1812.
Boom, boom, boom. And then we can, let's...
My wife says Tchaikovsky and Rachmaninoff.
Yeah, here we go. Look at that. It's going to be brilliant. That's going to be so good.
Like, listen to this. Brownie points for me. Don is the composer.
That's a lot of can.
Oh, dude, this is going to be... Let's hear it with the music.
Yes.
For the finale.
And I can pan it around. Can you hear the stereo panning? Are you able to hear that?
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll just wrap it here. But usually
Chucky says Batman 1812.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds like a comic waiting to happen. But yeah, I can usually do about 3 minutes of music in a day of stuff that's really well produced and mixed.
Okay. Now we want to reverse that. We want a day of music in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be hard. But maybe if I'm eventually doing some music for the podcast or something, I can live stream the whole thing from your channel.
Dude, this has been so fun, man. You're amazing.
Well, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it.
Yeah, do like hit us up in the Discord whenever you're ready to start like thinking through different ideas and you want to know like how to get your streaming set up right.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some audio files as well, just like you, who are a bit more maybe a bit more versed on how to put it on the platform live like this. Taylor can probably definitely help. But yeah, this is amazing. You're gonna go a lot of places with this. It's gonna be really relatable for people to just see how you make music and then just make it funny, and then fun and then serious.
Yeah, that's what I love to do, is to just make music, and I think I'm not afraid to make mistakes with music and have people see those mistakes in real time. I guess I have little to no shame about that.
I think that's why people tune into the stream, is to watch Shaun make mistakes in real time.
Yeah, there's beauty to it. It's poetic.
God bless you, man. We're going to end the stream right there. You have been super gracious to give us so much of your time, and we just can't wait to have you next time and to have you launch your own stream, dude.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and yeah, you'll see me around in the future.
All right, guys. Father, give us the blessing. See you, Shaun. Father's got it. Good night, everybody. I love you. See you next week.